Yossi Ronen is a contact experiencer who lives in Israel. In 1981, he had his first experience with non-human intelligences while sleeping in his bed. What started out as a benign dream then turned scary for Yossi as he realized he and his home had been invaded by beings not of this world. What was the purpose for the visit? And was Yossi also shown a glimpse of our future? And he joins us now. Hello, Yossi.
Hello, Dean. Thank you for having me in your channel.
It's a pleasure. Well, I was reading about your first experience back in 1981. It was quite amazing, very vividly described by you, and I wondered whether you could describe it again for our audience.
Yes, of course. I was for a year in California, in Los Angeles. My brother invited me there he has a small business, and it was a good time for me to earn some money for university. So his business was painting houses around, and I helped him with that. And one afternoon after work, we came to rest at home. It was afternoon, it was not a night or something like that. And I went to bed and I fell asleep, and then I had a weird dream. Now, the dream was that I saw myself sleeping. Then I didn't understand that I had an out-of-body experience. I know it after that. I understood that. But the first thing that was that I was in a dream and I saw my body sleeping on the bed. And it was a good feeling. I didn't felt any strange feeling of something. And in that dream, I saw the creatures for the first time. They were wandering in the room. One of them was standing near my bed, looking at my body sleeping. I was with my face to the wall. And he was looking at me, and others were walking in the room, examine things. One look at the television, touch it. The other one took a paper from the table and touch it and feel it, and maybe smell that even. The other one was walking, a little bit weirdly walking. And I felt that this is, to be in the room, it was new for them. To walk was new for them. They were very clumsy. And they were very curious about what's going on there. And we had the connection in that dream. In that dream, I didn't see a body of myself or something like that. I was something transparent near my bed, watching them, and we had a connection. I don't remember what was the connection in the dream, but we felt very close and like friends. And we laugh. They like to laugh. That's how I felt them, and it was a good communication. And then I woke up. I woke up with my face to the wall because I heard the noise in the room. And I didn't know what's going on in the room. And I remember the weird dream that I have with small creatures. They were green with black eyes. And that in 81, there was no internet, or I didn't see any books. I was not interested in this kind of subject at all. I just felt it was a very weird dream. I was very amused, and we were laughing, and then I heard the noise, and I started to think that maybe a thief came to the room, because I heard noises that things moved and like that. So I turned around, sit on the bed, and that was very shocking thing to see. The one that in my dream was standing near my bed was standing half a meter than me, watching at me with his black eyes, and the others were in the room standing like getting realized that I'm sitting and watch them. And I don't know if they were planning to, they have a plan for me to be awake and see them or not.
Well,
Maybe it was.
yeah. I was just going to say, so I was going to ask, do you think they were surprised that you woke up, or the plan was to keep you in that dream state?
I don't know. I'm a lot of years I'm examining other people that have the same contact, communication, face to face, like I had, and I really don't know. But it seems that now I became to admit that probably they knew it's going to happen, because many years after that I had a hypnotic regression, and in that regression I understood that I had my first contact was when I was 3 years old. So
Okay.
it seems that there was a connection that I didn't remember at all. I didn't know about it. I didn't think about it. And there is something that going on that I don't know till now really what's the purpose of all of that. Maybe, I don't know, but I'm not sure that they meant me to be awake and see them face to face, because it was very frightened. I mean, today I know how much other people can be afraid, and it's very natural because they are so different. First one, the look of them. The second thing is that you understand that they are not human. The other thing is that you think that you got out of your mind because this is something that you don't see. You don't see these things.
Did they turn hostile when they realized you were awake?
No, completely the opposite. They were surprised. I think they were surprised too. And they felt my fear. They were standing there, and the fear is something that, I mean, very, very deep fear. It's like fear of death, very strong one, because it's very complicated. But in the years, I understand why many people have that fear. That it's not because there is something to be afraid about, because it's so different, and it's so close in the consciousness connection. The connection is so close that is very foreign for you to feel this connection, this oneness with them, because that's the way that they are connecting.
Did that connection overwhelm you? Is it because it's something you're not used to?
Of course, I didn't have any such a thing like that before. I didn't knew even the idea of telepathy. When I saw them, I knew that they are like, I felt that they can have my feelings, they understand my thoughts, and I was in shock with that. I thought that they are much stronger than me, and they're gonna, like, they can, I'm not like I'm a prison in their consciousness. That was my first feeling, because I didn't understand that they are connecting with me through myself. I was in the time that the good thing that happened there is that because the earlier dream that we had a good connection and we left, it gave me a couple of seconds to try to see if the dream was maybe a sign for that they are not going to hurt me, and they are okay, and there is a good connection. And I started to lower my fear and try to be open to them. And in the minute I did that, I started to realize that in the same way that they can have my thoughts and feelings, I can do with them too. I can hear them. the fear and the noise that like I heard in my brain, the confusion was their connection that I didn't know how to translate or understand or even be open for that.
Mm-hmm.
And the second that the connection started, it was amazing. I mean, the fear gone, and I started to realize their consciousness, and it was amazing feeling.
Okay. What kind of connection did you make? What things were they telling you?
You see, the connection is not the way we think about connection. It's not by words or language. It's something much more close to yourself. And this is one of the things that made many people think that they are imagining, that they have a connection, and they are afraid that this is something subjective, because it's very, very close. It's so close that it's something like you hear the connection in your head, and people think, hey, I hear voices in my head, something is wrong with me.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's very confusing, because the connection is not like we do. He talk, we listen, and then I talk and he listen. It's connection. It's to be one, and the connection is by having each other in the same second. I mean, what I ask is in the same meaning is that the answer.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like whatever I wanted to know, I was just need to go inside and like watch their consciousness, what they feel, what they think, and they had a straight answer from that.
Is that consciousness, is that something that you were just aware of, or is it something that you can see? There's something that represents the consciousness?
Yes, it's something that is, you can see it visually, you can hear it, you translate it in a way that it's suitable with your way of seeing, understanding. In the connection, you understand that you translate things. When I felt their consciousness, I knew that this is my translation of something that they have, but it was a close translation. Like I felt their love, and love is love. I felt or knew or understand the way that their consciousness can move from place to place, but it's not physical place. I mean, they know how to move in that realm of other dimension.
Mm-hmm.
That's why that's what they like told me, that they are not from a different star, that they are from a different dimension.
Mm-hmm.
And that different dimension is not a different place. It's a different, like, environment here and everywhere.
Okay.
It's not a physical or it's not a physical dimension.
No.
Mm-hmm.
So what other things did you learn from them? I mean, you must have had a lot of questions you wanted to ask.
Well, it taking me years to open it, because it was very short. I stood only, I think it was 1, 2, or 3 minutes. I don't have any defined time that of the connection that we have, because the body having a very difficult time to have this connection, because it's far out. It's much more stronger than you usually have in your normal life. It's very strong, and so in that seconds, there were many things that were like I think the main thing that was strong for me in their consciousness was what we say about God.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they are aware of something. It took me years to understand that what we say about God is that thing that I felt with them, because it's different, but it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
What I say about that, what I mean about that, that for them, they knew that they live from something else. I mean, they knew that every second of their living and mine or everything is held in by something. And that something is not something that I can even think of a form of something. It's not something like human. It's not like any something that I can imagine even to say that this is God. But for them it was everything, and that we are part of it, and we live by it, and it's full of love and like nurturing us all the time.